What a Strictly Come Dancing last night was. Vicky Pattison and Kai were absolutely fantastic. She was 100% my standout star. I think she could be a dark horse. She's so likable and natural, and you can tell she has a great relationship with Kai. She really deserved to be top of the leaderboard last night. Balvinda really stood out for me last night. She really came into her own. I thought she showed Julian up, to be honest, because I thought she was perfect. It has been lovely to see her come back with a fighting spirit after being in the bottom 2 for 3 dance-offs. You can tell she really wants to prove the judges right, and I really hope she continues to win the public over. I loved watching Amber and Nikita perform. I saw social media was going wild, saying that she was the only other performer to do the same lifts I did with Giovanni back in 2018. There's a certain lift we did where you hold onto the girl through her legs, and swing him around, and no one else has done that until Amber. It's great to see performances from previous series still being echoed years later. It was brilliant to watch it. I saw on social media that people were unhappy Karen got given the death slot, which is definitely a thing. I never let it affect me though. You have to remember that there is a lot of planning that goes into determining who goes in which slot every week. Producers review the rehearsal tapes and see 2 lots of practice runs and base it on that. They always want the show to end on a high note, so will go with a really standout dance or a high energy number. They also have to make sure the dances aren't too similar consecutively, that they end with a standout performance, and the music choices flow. They spend a lot of time thinking about it. I always used to like going 3rd or 4th, because if you wait until the end, you're tired and have got to get out there. So there are pros and cons to every position. I heard the spoiler this morning, and I'm not at all surprised at who was in the bottom 2 last night and who was eventually eliminated. I predicted it when I was watching the show last night. I think we're at the stage now where you can tell who is falling behind technique-wise, and unless you've got a strong following, you're not going to last much longer. I think the right person went, unfortunately, and I think the other person in the dance-off won't be far behind. In other news this week, I was so sorry to hear Amy Dowden's news that she's having a precautionary second mastectomy this week. It is such a hard thing to go through as a woman, and must have been terrifying for her, but she is a fighter through and through, and I'm sure she will be back stronger than ever. It was so heartwarming to see the Strictly family rally around her, and I really hope we get to see her back on Strictly soon. Everyone is still talking about who will be the new Tess and Claudia. I saw that Alan Carr is being tipped as one of the new hosts for Strictly Come Dancing after his success on Celebrity Traitors. I think he would be brilliant. I can imagine him having a great time doing Claudia's role in the auditorium. He is so funny. He would add a new element to it, and would be great at talking to the stars. I also saw Holly Willoughby as a strong contender too, and think she would be a good fit after her work on Dancing on Ice. She's always been an ITV girl, but people have swapped sides before, and it could happen again. However, I don't think she will do it because of her stalking nightmare. It's one of the biggest jobs in TV, and after she left ITV to step back from the spotlight, I don't think she would want to do the show and draw attention back on herself. She would know everyone would be talking about her, and it's whether she'd feel safe doing it. I'd love to see her on the show, though. She and Alan would have a great dynamic. I've been pleased to see that a number of my predictions have proved to be correct, and I've become very attuned to predicting what each judge will give before they say it. So here are my top contenders for winning the show. I think Vicky and Lewis are my top 2 at the moment after seeing 2 such incredible performances over the last few weeks. They're both lovely people, and I think Vicky has had a great journey so far after starting off so nervously, and now you can see her coming into her own. But we're halfway now, and everyone is now of a very high standard, so are going to have to bring their A game to get any further. I'll be interested to see who is up to the challenge and who will crash and burn.